Hello everyone, it's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. How is everybody doing today? I am doing wonderful. Today is Friday. So how's everybody doing today? Today is Friday. It's the morning. My daughter and granddaughter and I are going away for the weekend. We're going to Kentucky to the Bourbon Trail. So I'm excited about that, and I don't know if there will be any videotaping happening, to be honest with you. We didn't get any distillery tours because we booked that too late, even though we've been planning this a long time. Like, apparently they book up quick, and we didn't realize that. But we're going to still, you can still go in and do like the taste testings and stuff. You just don't get the tours. So I don't think we'll be doing any tours, but we're going to be doing some sightseeing and some cool stuff, I hope. And so maybe some filming, maybe not. This is Amanda's birthday / Christmas presents, because her birthday and Christmas are real close. And we decided a couple of years ago to do memories more than gifts for Christmas. So, excuse me. And this was the first opportunity that we had to be able to do this for this year. So that's what we're doing, even though like Christmas was last year. So I am going to welcome you that are new to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you come by again and again. If you've been here for a while, thanks for coming back again and again. So my channel is about crochet, yarn, all that stuff, all the fiber stuff, and travel sometimes. So we might get some travel video out of this weekend, but I'm not 100% sure. You know, it might be what happens on Girls Weekend stays on Girls Weekend. It might not be, depending on what we end up doing. But I do want to show you some of the things that I've been working on, and we're going to talk about what I'm going to take with me crocheting this weekend, because it is a several-hour drive to get to. We're going to Frankfort, Kentucky. That's where we're staying. And we're going to be, I think, checking out some of Bardstown, some of Frankfort. I don't know how much of Louisville. We're only there for the weekend, so you can only do so much. But I worked on and completed my Luck of the Draw, which is hosted by Mama Swift, Trisha, and creations by Jaxie. This time, this is the 10-week edition, so the Boggy Creek edition. This is Luck of the Draw 12, which they have a Facebook Messenger and I think a Facebook group page for Luck of the Draw now as well. And my blanket will go, and this is Boggy Creek style. It's the Luck of the 10-week Luck of the Draw is for Boggy Creek blankets. I mean, it's designed to be for Boggy Creek blankets. You don't have to give your blanket to Boggy Creek, and you can make it bigger than a Boggy Creek blanket. You can make, Jaxie's making a bag this time. I've made bags before. I've made Ruanas. People have made snakes. So you can make anything you want. It's just the way the Luck of the Draw works is you have your basic amount. During the 10-week, we use 5 colors. Or 6. Generally, you use 6. 1 is a basic, and then 5 other colors. And Trish draws and you number your colors. So you have your base color, and then you number your other colors 1 through 5. Every week, you add a base color between the number of the color that corresponds with what Trish drew that week. So if she draws number 1, you look at what colors you have for number 1, and that's the color you put in your blanket or your project, whatever that project is. So mine started with this red, and then we went to cream and blue. I just finished week number 7, which is the week that we're on. I mean, I'm current. Then we went back, let's see, yellow, red, green, and the cream again. I am using the colors of the camp cabins at Boggy Creek. Boggy Creek is a camp that it's my charity of choice, and several of us, Nancy from She's Got Yarn, Billy the Crafty Floridian, and I started it, and then we added Billie took a step back, and we added Lynanne, and then Juan. Now Juan is taking a little bit of a step back. They're both still involved. They're just not up front. And Jaxie has joined us. So we collect blankets for this camp for the chronically ill children. They get to take a handmade blanket home with them. It's crocheted, knitted, woven, done with yarn. We suggest acrylic, no animal fibers, preferably, because we don't want the kids to have, they're already sick. Let's not give them allergies too. So they're 40 to 50 long, 35 to 40 wide, a 40-inch square circle star. And we send them to Nancy, whose address is listed in my description box. Also in my description box, there is a playlist of designers' tutorials by designers who have designed blankets with Boggy Creek in mind. So they're designed to fit the parameter of Boggy Creek, but again, please use those patterns and make blankets for anything that you want, or sweaters or whatever. They took the time to make the tutorial for us, so I like to promote them in their channels and their tutorials, as a payback, So this is my Boggy blanket. These sections are 5 inches. So it's a 10-week thing. I should work out to have one color a week. I mean, at the end of 10 weeks, it should be 50 inches long because it's a rectangle. It is about 37 to 38 inches wide, so that works perfectly. If I do a border, I'll just do the cabin colors are those 4 colors right there. Blue, yellow, green, and red. So here's my predicament. We have 3 more weeks of colors, 3 more weeks of numbers to pick. I know next week will not be this color because the number is taken out. So this week, if the number was 6, which isn't, because obviously we're only use 5 colors, but 6 is not put in the next week, so you don't have colors that are back to back. The way it was originally designed is that you would use a base color and it would go in between your rows of sections, but I didn't want to use a base color. I just wanted to do the cabin colors, but there's only 4 cabin colors, so I added the cream. So here's my predicament. I have now 2 reds and 2 creams and 1 blue, green, and yellow. I generally never color control at all my Boggy Creek blankets from Luck of the Draw. My Luck of the Draw anything. I have never, ever, I don't believe, color controlled any of it. But I think this will look really weird if I get like another red and I only have 1 yellow in the whole scheme of things. So it would work out really great if there was another blue, another yellow, and another green. And then there's 2 of each. Ideally, that would be perfect. So that's the colors that I'm asking Trish to pick. Get rid of the red number and get rid of the yellow or the cream number, because I already have 2 of those, and just use the other 3. Somehow, I've been thinking about this, and I think I might cheat because I don't want my blanket to look funky. And I think it'll look funky with it wouldn't if I had separated the colors with the neutral. If I had separated by, doing that like I have done every other time, like you're supposed to do, I don't think I would have the issue with, oh, there's only 1 yellow, because they're spaced out. But because these are just big 5-inch sections, if there's only 1 yellow, it's going to look silly. So my Luck of the Draw is no longer going to have the colors, the numbers for the red and the cream. So I'm crossing my fingers that the blue, yellow, or green number come up next. And then I'm going to throw out that color as well. So I am going to cheat. I I'm going to color control, and it's not the luck of the draw. I mean, then you're not actually following the luck of the draw. But I think if next week color comes in being the red number or the cream number, I'm not going to work on the blanket. And I'll wait till the next week and see what number comes in. And then add the next two colors, because I think we're just going to have two of each one, and I'm 90% sure that's how that's going to go. I know, I'm sorry. I don't really want to cheat, but I think I'm going to cheat. And this is all big twist yarn, except for the cream color is a Caron 1 pound. And the color is called Off-White, I believe. Yep. So Caron 1 pound is the cream color. All the others are big twist. And I don't remember the color names. They're probably varsity red, yellow, and green, and blue. I don't know. I'm using a 6mm clover. The stitch pattern, I do have it linked in the tutorial. In the description box, but there's a tutorial by Creative Grandma, and I think she calls it the V-stitch, shell stitch or something, I don't know. And I think she did two different ones of the same. This is what subscribers have told me. I was watching TikTok and I saw this woman with a sweater or something, and she showed the stitch pattern. I'm like, oh my god, I love that. So I paused it, and I'm like, oh, that's just a V-stitch with a granny cluster on top, and then the V-stitch in the top, and then the granny cluster in the top. I can do that. And so I'm doing my next Boggy Blanket out of that stitch pattern. And I really, really love it. I mean, take a close look. And it works up fast and easy. You don't have to think about it. Lots of texture. So I love it. And it is what it is. This is, I think I know, I didn't know what it was. I mean, there was just a reel on TikTok. So, you know, she had like 30 seconds of showing this shirt or whatever it was she was even making. I don't remember what it was she was making. And I like had to go back. Oh, wait. I want to see that. And I paused it when she had it held up close. And I'm like, I can do that. And then subscribers told me that Creative Grandma had a stitch pattern for that. So I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, that is what that is. And I'm loving it. And it does work up really quick. And we're done with that. I'm going to cheat in color control. I'll just go there. So I did see Chloe. And we tried out her... Let me just grab it. I tried... I tried it on for size. I have a front and a back panel started out of homespun in the color Pearls. And it's just double crochet. Chunky yarn, double crochet. And she is going to get a little sweater out of this. So I'm making... I just needed to make sure it was wide enough and not too wide. I don't think it's going to be too wide. It was a little bit loose, and she wanted to balk about it being a little bit loose. I don't think it's too loose. And I can do like a single crochet around the bottom and tighten it up a little bit if she thinks it's too loose. So I do have two panels, one for the front, one for the back. It's just going to have a boat neck. So I'm going to do this as long as they go, because she wants it longer versus shorter. When I was thinking that I would take this yarn that I got at a garage sale and make I was thinking a crop sweater with long sleeves. And I thought, oh, I'll have enough yarn for that to make a crop sweater for Chloe, but she wants it to be long. I'm like, listen, girl, I have 3 skeins in this color. Means nothing to her. Excuse me. And then I have 1 skein. I said, but I can like add in the middle or whatever a section of this or a couple of rows. Or she did not like this color. This was my favorite. She didn't like it. She said the colors were too bright. I think my eyes got as big as egg. I'm like, too bright? There's so muted. I'm like, okay, fine, no problem. Excuse me, my voice is so rough this morning. So, we're just going to crochet these up until they're as big as they can be. And then the third one is going to give me sleeves as long as they can be. But I will be with her this week. And I'm using a... Wait, I left the hook in the bag. Smart of me. I am using the pink clover. What is that? An 8mm hook. I didn't remember, so I'm glad that I stuck that in there. I'm using... No, on the... You know what? On the luck of the draw, I'm using the 7mm hook, not the 6. That was my bad. So I'm taking this with me, and I'm hoping that I can get it completed this weekend while she's there, and I can measure her and all that stuff, you know? So I'm hoping I can have that completed because it does work up really quickly, and she's there. So at least if I can get the body of it together, which will be not a problem. I really don't think. I think I'll have, if I just can crochet on the way to where we're driving, hopefully I can have it maybe done by, you know, might be pushing it because we'll talk and I'll, you know, whatever. So anyway, it's coming with me and the hook is in the bag, so I won't use the wrong hook. But this yarn, I don't know what I'm going to do with now. I have one skein of this color and I like the color. And I really liked it with those other colors, but Chloe did not, so it's her sweater, whatever. The other thing I'm going to take with me, because I can do this, again, no tutorial needed, no, I can chat, I can fall asleep and not make a mistake, probably, is my, this is the Frankenstein head. It's going to be like my smiley face for the Luck of the Draw challenge that I have for people to make smiley faces. This is the green from Dollar Tree's $5 yarn sale. It is a comfort something, comfort, I don't know, it's like the 1 pound size. And it is soft yarn, you guys. Way softer than Super Saver. It's nice. I'm really happy with it, particularly for the price. And this green is such a Frankenstein green, which was Trisha's idea. I didn't get that idea on my own, sadly. But I love it. And it's got a real wide neck because we're just winging it as we go. But I'm going to put some black there. Or, I don't know what color. I don't have any silver yarn. I 100% know I don't have any silver yarn in here. And I'm not going to buy yarn just to make the thing, so they're going to be white or black, the knobs on the side. The bolts, I guess. I'm going to put those on the sides of the neck. And then I have to bring some black yarn, but I don't think I'll get far enough if I make Chloe's sweater first, which is going to be the priority, and then this will be second. And I am using the 6mm clover on this. And it's just double crochet. That's all it is. Someone in the live asked me for a pattern. I don't have a pattern. I just actually started with that chain where you double crochet the chain as you go. You know, double crochet and chain, foundation, double crochet chain thing. You know me, I can never remember the names of stuff. And I thought it was big enough to be like 40 inches, and it shrunk. I had it somewhere between 35 and 40 inches, and it shrunk, and it was under 35 inches after I had done this many rows. So, honestly, I cheated, and I added 10 stitches to each side, and then it was, you know, within the parameters, because my stuff always shrinks or grows, and I never know which it's going to do. But usually I've been told that when you do that foundation change, it stretches, so it would, I'm thinking it will grow. But, and I measured after the second row and I was still good. But by the time I got here, and my lines are straight, I mean, it's, and my stitch count is the same. I don't remember what it was there, but like I counted. And anyway, now it's not, so I added 10 stitches to each side and made him a neck. If I had originally designed it to be the neck first, it would have been skinnier, but it is what it is. I'm just telling you how it's working out, and I'm winging it as I go. So now this is how wide it is. And I'm just going to make it to be, like, it's going to be 40 inches wide, and I'm going to go until this color is gone. And this is how much I have left. And this is how far it is. And I don't know what the size is. Let's see. I can maybe measure it. I don't know if I have room. But I have a yardstick right over here. Handy dandy. Let me put it out here on the table. So the neck is giving me a hard time. I'm going to push it back a little bit here so it fits. And let's see. The neck is about 33 inches. And the hole overall at the head is bigger than the yardstick. Let's see. It is about 39 inches. So that's perfect. I think at some point I'm going to add black hair. I mean, obviously got to add black hair. But I think I'm going to do some on the sides after the whole head is made. But that'll give me, at 39 inches, I could do like a half double crochet border, like above the ear area. Or, you know, I'm not making ears. Don't get me wrong. I'm not doing that. But I think I can just add some black and then go across the top. You know, so far, I don't know at what point I have to get the whole thing made, and then we'll say, oh, the hair should start here and come up and go flat across the top, you know, it does. And then I'll do like spike stitches to add down like that. And I think I'm just going to give him big black eyes and a black smile like I did the smiley, like the smile on my smiley face. And I'll add like some scars. But he's going to be smiling, so he's not going to be scary. You don't want a scary looking Frankenstein because, you know, what if a 6-year-old gets the blanket? They get to choose the bed based, and they get to choose which bed they want to sleep on. And apparently a lot of times they choose the bed based on the blanket, you know, on the blanket that they get to keep. So, like, oh, I want that blanket, I'll sleep on that bed. But if nobody wants the Frankenstein, I don't want some little 6-year-old to be like, I gotta sleep with Frankenstein and he's scary. So I don't want to make it scary. He's not gonna have a face. He's gonna be a happy Frankie. So that's, and I'm taking that with me because those are my two really easy, no brainish projects that I can work on, and over the weekend. So that's what I'm doing. If I can't see that I would get done with them and not have anything to crochet on. I could bring the tail from one, but I have to follow the tutorial, and I don't want to have to worry about finding the time to listen to the tutorial, figure out the next row, every time, because that might not be convenient. And I did work on a little bit my graph gans, the little squares that I'm making. I did work on the fishing pole one. I pulled them out. It's hard to work on. It's not hard to work on. That's a misnomer. It's just that I have to spread out, and I have, like, this is yarn that goes with this pattern that I'm working on, because I'm doing the one that has like 9 different patterns. And so the colors that I'm using for this pattern are in that elephant bag. And then I have this bin that I'm keeping, like, that's all the yarn that's attached to it. So in order to keep it, and the pattern is in here. So all the yarn that's attached to what I'm working on can lay in here. But this is the bottom, kind of like that. So I got my fish going on here, and the fishing pole, and yarn everywhere. That makes it hard to show. But I did several rows, maybe 4 or 5 rows. It is a very slow project for me. But I do enjoy it when I'm working on it. And I just think, oh, I got another row done. And I'm like, God, that took me so long. I get so excited when I get a row done. And then I'm like, dang, that took me forever. I'm getting better, though, like, at figuring out how I can, not have to cut the yarn and, like, pull it up through. I'm, like, figuring some of that out. I'm figuring out, like, not just, like, I can go, oh, I got 6 blue, and then I've got 1 brown and 1 white, and I can, without having to, like, block by block, go color it in and do all that. So it's getting faster the more I do it. And it's exciting to see it come along. I'm packing up here. It's exciting to see it come along, and I'm having fun with it when I get to work on it. But like I said, I have to, like, spread out. I put it on the table. I have to have a place for my place for the pattern, a place for the extra yarn, a place for the yarn balls all over the place. My little, actually, I use, if you could tell, I use ball bands. I'm finding that has been working out the best for me for these little, because all the bobbins are small on this. Each one is not a real big thing. So that's where we're at with that. And it's good that I was able to pull it out again. I'm real happy about that. I don't want to forget my stuff. This has to go in here. This is my to-go crochet stuff. I've got needles and scissors and several different hooks, stitch markers, pins, darning needles, everything you need in there is all in there, in that little metal case. And nothing can poke out. And it goes with me in all my go bags. I just move it from go bag to go bag to go bag. So if you don't have something like that, you should try to put one together, because it just really makes it easy. Grab that, and it's small enough that, like, I could stick it in my purse. But I put it in one of my go bags, and away we go. It is my holy grail, I don't know, of crochet stuff. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I don't know, like I said, that I will have another video. I don't think over the weekend there should not be a video. Unless I finish Chloe's sweater and make her show it off and put it on video. Other than that, I think we're done for the day. I want to, again, thank you all for... God, I keep shaking the table. I'm so sorry. I want to thank you for stopping in and visiting with me today. And like, subscribe, do all those things that YouTube likes. I appreciate that a whole bunch. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.